It has been a while since my last upload. If you were following the channel before, you know that at the beginning of summer, I made a promise to myself, a goal that I would get my first funded account by the end of summer. Well, summer is now over. I am officially back in school and I have a few updates. So, let me start off by saying that this summer has been a lot. Like, a lot has happened. I feel like trading specifically has changed the way I have thought about a lot of things. It's, I feel like I've had to change a lot about myself to understand the game of trading. Um, and I'm not sure if any of you have felt the same way or have gone through the same thing, but as I was uploading these videos originally for you all, trying to keep you updated on how trading is going, something the terrible happened. The worst thing could have happened, and that was I finally reached my first funded account. Yay, I did it. And instead of sticking to what I had been practicing, if you don't know, I was using like an ICT method. I decided to change everything. I don't remember what exactly I did, but I changed it. I was like, even though I got funded, this doesn't seem right. Like, it doesn't seem right that I got funded. And I think that's because around that time, I was going in between different time frames. I was just like changing and tweaking so much that even though like it gradually still got me to my target, it wasn't consistent. And I think that's what freaked me out. Like, it just felt like a freak chance. Like, oh my gosh, it just happened. Like, I can't believe it happened. I should feel proud, but something isn't sitting right with me. And that literally like turned into a spiral. And for weeks I was like, I need to get a video out, but I also don't know what to say because I don't understand why I actually passed my first funded account. Um, and I didn't want to come on here and say, this is what I did, this is what worked, because in my mind, I don't really understand why it worked. Like, I didn't understand why I got that funded account. And even though I was able to hold it for a while, I think I held it for a month. Um, I was just trying to figure out, like, what do I say? Like, what I wanted to figure out something consistent. Like, my goal was making trading feel like I can go into a chart and it's as easy as like understanding that 2 plus 2 equals 4. I think that's an exact thing I said in one of my videos. Um, and at that time, I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that at all. And you don't, like, what do I say to that? I can't come on here and tell you all, hey, this is how things work. This is what you should do. Because I'm learning. I'm learning how this game works, how prop firms work. And it wasn't until like a month and a half later, that I came across this video of this guy being interviewed. And I don't remember the exact video, but I remember him saying that when you are using prop firms, oops, when you are using prop firms, if you are using one eval, even with even if you have a method that you can stick to, if you are using one eval, you are basically gambling. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not changing anything. And at the time, like, I finally got to the point where I was just consistently using one method, but I wasn't passing. Um, and he basically said that when you are going through these phases, when you are trying to pass and get a funded and then getting your funded to a payout, there's a lot of factors you have to take in besides just you and your method. You have to take into account about, you know, stock market is different every single day. You never know what to expect. You can come in with a strategy, but it's not always going to play out, even if you have a high win rate. And he basically said, in understanding that, what he did is he bought multiple evaluations. I think he said he bought 20, which I thought was crazy. And he just found his setup. He back tested as if he was in the actual prop firm environment, taking into account their rules. And then he basically just had each of those accounts ready, and every time he found a setup, he just took it. He took the setup. And it wasn't like copy trading where you just take a whole bunch in one trade. He instead took one at a time, found 20 individual setups in a day, which I was like, shoot, that's gonna take a while. um but yeah, when he said that, I was like, that's mind blowing. And I think it was at that point where I'm like, oh shoot, like I am gambling. I am taking my chance in one eval. And based on how the market looks, based on my psychology, like I am basically betting, putting all my coins into one bet that this eval has to work. And it was messing with my psychology, it was messing with my mind. And like every time I would fail, I would like feel like I did something wrong. Where in taking multiple setups a day, that was another thing. Like if I was only taking one trade a day at that time because I'm like, I don't want to revenge trade. And in taking one trade a day, if it didn't go in the way I wanted to and I lost money, and then later on saw my setup, I would feel like it would suck. It sucked because it's like, yes, I have the discipline to know not to take another trade, but I just saw the same setup and it worked. And it was a lot. It was a lot going through my head. And I just I didn't know how to come back to this channel and be confident in, me understanding what I'm doing. So after I watched that video, I spent like a whole 2 weeks making what do you want to call it? Basically like a I'm trying to think, give me a second. It's processing. Um I don't know, just like a journal full of back tests. I would like after work, I would come back home, sit at the table and backtest 3 months in a day. Like, just like put that, like, just think about that for a second. I literally every single day for 3 months, I would like start from January. I would do January, February, March, and take photos and write notes of everything from those 3 months in one day. And I did that to just reassure me that the method I'm using actually works. And what I found is that I kind of went from ICT to like while I'm back testing, finding out like there's a common factor within these trades and the ones that play out compared to the ones that don't. And I stopped like saying like I'm an ICT trader, but instead use those use that data basically to come up with my own strategy that made sense to me. And when I did that, trading seemed too easy in a sense. Um like it clicked. I'm like, wait, this makes sense. If I see this and I see this connected together, this happens more than not. It didn't happen all the time, but that's with any method you use. And so after realizing that, after I did that, I worked my butt off for a while, saved some money, and spent around almost $1,000 just on evals alone. And I think that bought me around 10 to 15 evals because I bought a batch of 10 and then I bought five more. And I basically I basically used my method, the one I back tested like for a few weeks, spending like a day back testing 3 months at a time. Crazy to me at least. Um, and then just use those on the market. And so I think around that time too, I watched another video of a guy basically saying like just full port. And I did that and I lost my funded. And now thinking back to it, I'm like, that was the dumbest thing you could have ever done, at least on a funded account. On eval, that's a different story. But I basically used the rules of the prop firm and found a strategy that well, not found a strategy, but used a risk to reward that worked for me with my back test that would risk minimal amount of money while also, scaling up so that I'm making more than what I risk. And once doing that, I I found out that I was able to not only pass one funded account, but pass multiple. And I think I am now on my fourth funded account that I've passed. Um, and yeah, it feels good. It feels really good. That was my goal by the end of summer, and I did it. Um, and my goal for the end of the year was to get a payout, and I actually already reached that. So, yay! Did that. It feels insane. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and it feels good. It feels really good. But I don't want I don't want that to get to my head because I know this is the beginning and you can easily lose all of that. And that's what I don't want. So from here, I want to scale, like learn how to scale, learn how to generate um, multiple income streams from different funded accounts and different prop firms. And I kind of understood that, there's a low percentage of people that can even reach a payout. And I am now a part of that. And understanding that, I was like, well, and understanding that I was able to make it to that point, I realized that I don't like I love trading. Trading, I don't know, I love it. I really do. But I think I love the idea of building systems that can generate financial stability. And I've kind of understood that I can do that in more ways than not besides trading. So I'm now a senior in college, and for my parting gift to myself, I'm going to make a promise to myself to build a business by the time I graduate. Um so yeah, we're going to see how that goes. It's a big it's a big challenge. It is. I am uh I am what am I trying to say? I have been recording every day on a different channel, but I'm going to stick to this one since I love this one. I've had, this is what got me, I feel like, from point A to point B, and there have been a lot of people supporting me on this channel. Um, so yeah, my goal by the time I graduate is to build a business, and I want to surround the idea of helping young adults understand the importance of financial stability and how they can build something like that for themselves. And just like talking about my experience with trading and just any other, I guess, any other interests that correlate with that. Um, it is now day 9 of me attempting to build a business, and it's gone very slow. It's gone very, very slow. I will say that, in the sense that I don't know what to do. But I do keep remembering that there was a point in time where I didn't even know where to start with trading. And I think it's actually been exactly a year since I started trading. I started in August of 2025. It is now August 2026. So crazy. Um so yeah, that is my plan. That is what I'm committing to. Too stubborn to quit. So we're going to keep going. I know I haven't been active on here for a while. Never stop trading. I will tell you that now. And I don't plan to. So this is something I'm committing to. I'm committing to at least logging 180 days of this challenge of building a business. And we're going to see how things go. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure this out. I'm not even a finance major or anything like that. I'm a STEM major. So I definitely have the brains to figure it out. I know that for sure. But we're gonna see how this goes. This is completely out of my realm, so help me. Literally. Um, yeah, you're all gonna see that on here. I have to log this for 180 days. It is now day 9, so you will be seeing me a lot more often. And this time I will be seeing you every single day. So plan on seeing me much, much more. I will be logging and talking about my trading progression as well. I will be talking about things that I deem as important for financial literacy and what I learned. Because again, I'm not talking about this from the standpoint of me already knowing this, but as someone who's learning. Um, and I love the fact when other people are interested in it too. So if you guys have any questions, um, and you would like me to figure it out, because I know it's important for everyone to understand the importance of financial literacy and taking the steps to build systems and for themselves to become more independent, especially as a young adult. So yeah, that is all I have to say for today. Um, I am back, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. No, sorry. Do I have anything else to say? So yeah, if you have any questions about day trading, any questions about how I got to where I am, you want me to go in more detail, I can give you that. Um, but again, this is still the starting point. I have made it to multiple funded accounts. I've had or reached my first payout. So that is a big stepping stone for me, but that is not the end by no means. My plan for now with day trading is to learn how to scale um, to multiple other prop firms, as well as reinvest that money into long term trading, like buying and holding stocks, ETFs, all of that good stuff. So we'll be talking about that on this channel and just understanding the importance of financial literacy for young adults. So yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching if you have made it to this point. And I will see you tomorrow for day 10. Yeah, day 10 of my journey of building a business. So yeah, my name is Maya. This is my channel. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.